How you guys doing, YouTube world? This is Racer727 Marcus Iverson. We are ended the ice oval season of 2022 this year. We had a great year. I learned a lot about clutching and about the difference of setting up the sled better and handling in the turns, and go over the three main things I learned this year. I learned to make sure your skis are tight up front. Check them. Always check them, even on a trail sled. Normal sled, oval sled, snowcross sled, check your skis. That is extremely important. If they come off, it's extremely dangerous. Make sure your sled's full of fuel. Don't head out on hot laps and then you get down 2 laps and you're coming off the track and you run out of fuel. That's a great look for you. Yeah, I've done that at Strathcona this year. That was a great experience. And the third thing I learned this year is don't be stupid. Don't come into the corner trying to think then that you are faster than them on the straights and you can cut him off on the inside, because that just ends badly, because he will get around you and get in front of you, and then you will bump into him and he will keep going and pump off of you and you're getting flipped over. That's a hard lesson to learn. I learned that in Strathcona too this year. And I would like to thank you to Tony Ottems for letting me ride the Super Mod. I love that sled. It's extremely fun sled, handles great, has extremely good speed on the straights. It's always well set up every weekend, and I'm excited to hopefully keep riding it. I love that sled. It's extremely fun to ride. It puts a smile on a kid's face every lap, every turn. Just hearing the pipes, the roar of the engine down the straights is so awesome. The recap, my final race of the year was Detroit Lakes. I had a pretty good weekend. Headed out there early in the morning. My GoPro had issues in the morning for some reason. It didn't record some of my heat races, and the other ones, the John Deere was not running right. It had some issues with, I'm thinking I have some electrical issues I'm gonna have to fix this off season now coming up. It did not want to run right, so those videos are me usually in the back of the pack and you can see everyone go by. There's one where me and Tony had a pretty good battle, but he won that one. So we started out with the John Deere in the 440 fan code class, and I somehow made that final in last place. I don't know how I did it, but I made it. And then I made that final, and then during the final I made 2 laps and the John Deere was running terrible, so I decided to pull off and focus on the mod for the 440 final. And I had in the 440 super mod final, I kept up to the group, but 440 has so much more CCs, you just can't keep up to them. So I was dead last, and then I passed somebody on the last lap. I don't remember why or who it was, but I got past them, so I took 9 out of 10, so I was extremely happy with that race. And then, the 340 super mod in the heat, didn't get the whole shot, and the other cat out there, he got the whole shot and was able to hold me off the whole race. And then in the final, I had the whole shot. I led for 2 laps, and then coming around turn 3 and 4, I made the error of coming in too hot and just not being able to get down low. I was pushed outside, and the other cat snuck underneath me, and we were right back bumper to bumper the rest of the race to the finish line, and he held me off. He didn't make a mistake. I was hoping he would, but he didn't. So congratulations, Travis Winters, for winning the Supermod 340 final, and Joe Burns for 2nd place. I ended up 3rd place for the year points. Extremely satisfied, happy with that. Last year I finished in 4th. Improvements, that's all I want to hear. I'm only racing myself, and I beat myself last year, so I'm extremely happy and satisfied with those results, and extremely hungry for next year and excited to get back out there. Kind of just sad that I have to wait another 365 days before the next race. I'm not sure where that will be or where it will be, but I'm excited. Let's see, after that, I headed on to the John Deere, and in the 340 fan class, I ended up with 5th place, finished in that. The John Deere still didn't run right. I didn't figure it out. I thought I had it with my needle and seat, and that wasn't it. I changed my jets because it was running rich, and that wasn't it. I should have changed plugs. That was the last thing I thought about doing. I should have did that, but I didn't do it. I changed my clutch weights for the 0 to 300 Supermod Final, and that was probably the dumb thing I tried, because John Deere in the YouTube video, I'll post that one because that was pretty funny. You can hear me, I don't know, for some reason I changed my needle too. I should have did one thing at a time, always one thing at a time. I changed the needle and seat and the clutch weights, and it did not help at all. I had no time to switch something back, so I just said, screw it. We are going to race the race. So I come up to the line, and my sled will not keep creeping. And I know my sled, as long as it's warm up, it will start first pull, guaranteed. So I get up to the line, pull my tether, put it back on, wait for the flagman, watch him put the flag down. As soon as it comes down, I pull my rope, and away we go down the racetrack. Yeah, that was something. And then coming out of final lap, coming out of turn 3, entering turn 3, I look down and I see my ski shaking. I'm like, oh great, check your ski bolts, Marcus. Tony's been telling me this all year, and I had them tight before the race. I know I did. I tightened them up because I put new ones in there because one broke. And next thing I know, I come around turn 4, my ski is like this because my front end's in the air. I'm like, great, this is going on great. So I put all my body on the one side, and I go across. I make it to the finish line, thankfully, and I come off to the side of the track, and my sled dies. Like, it kind of scares me, so I have yet to look at it. I came home and I did a bunch of tours on Sunday after the race, so I will look at it this weekend to see what I did to it, because it doesn't normally just cut out and die. Something either out of gas, something internal happened. It's kind of scary, but I will fix it. I have time for next year. That was the recap of the 0 to 300 Supermod, and that is also a points race for money this year, and I ended up taking second in that. Extremely satisfied and happy, actually overjoyed with that class, because there's no way I can catch Joe Burns on his hopped up Yamaha. That thing is sweet. I like that single cylinder sled. That thing hauls. I was able to withstand a second place win. Extremely happy with that. John Deere did amazing for that class. I loved it. That sled handles so good when it's right. Yeah. Let's see, the other highlights of the weekend. We're catching up with the friends for the last time for the year. Hopefully see them sometime soon. Oval racing is amazing. You see so many different people, have a blast. Everyone at the track is super friendly. If you are ever wanting to try this sport, go ahead. It is a ball. I know this is not the typical type of blog where you have videos, and I had terrible time filming because I was more working on the sled this weekend. Hopefully next year I can figure out a better system for my blogs and do it right. But this was a fun. I also need to thank my sponsors, Castle X. Their gear is so awesome. They have great winter coats, great snow pants. I'm extremely excited to try their new boots lines that they have hopefully next year for the next race season. Extremely grateful that they are willing to help sponsor some gear for me. That is awesome. Woody's traction. The studs hook up on the ice so great. Their carbides are extremely sharp, and you just keep sharpening them and they hold up great. They don't chip away or anything on the ice. I'm extremely glad for them being able to have that discount with them. And Hansen's Implement of Cavalier in Grafton, North Dakota. Without the sponsors, it's hard to do racing, and it's nice to have somebody backing you who know they can support you and know that you have a great year. It's awesome that they help me do that. I am extremely grateful for them. It's been a great year. I'm so glad. I will do some Facebook posts about the year coming up shortly. I also came home Saturday and I decided I did the chores. I had enough time to get on my 2018 R, so that video is also going to be coming up later on tonight. Hopefully I'll get it up on YouTube. So thank you, Racer727 out. Have a good rest of your evening or good morning whenever you check out this video. Thank you.